Alright, well, we got the car in the garage and on jack stands in the back and ramps in the front. So, I guess we can finally start working on getting the automatic out so we can get the manual in. Okay, and while the PB blaster is hooking on those exhaust bolts, we've gotten the passenger footwell and pulled the CE panel out of the way so we can get to the connectors for the O2 sensor. Well, there, those came disconnected, and fortunately this connector stayed in one piece because I think on the tan car that kind of disintegrated. Now we can set the panel sort of back in place and fish this wire for the O2 sensor out of there. The car was sitting for like 10 years when I got it, so you know, a lot of these bolts haven't been touched in decades at the minimum. So I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll try and crack loose this air line. Now, yes, you should use a line wrench on it, but I don't have one that big. So I'm stuck with crescents. Let's see if it'll... Oh. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. It's already turning. And that's good, this thing wasn't cranked down and wasn't stuck either. In fact, yeah, it's just hanging loose. Alright, well, apart from one bolt on each side that's just finger tight so it doesn't fall down, that's out. So now, we gotta come in here. There's our flashlight. So I'm gonna loosen the clamps where the caps connect to the rest of the exhaust, and hopefully can get that out of there. Okay, not what we were planning to do, but we lowered the whole exhaust at once. Alright, well, we got the engine turned until the bolt was down, so let's see if we can't loosen it and see how much movement we get. Okay, let's try this again with one that fits in there. There's wobbling ones, just cause bad luck. Oh yeah, it definitely moved a bit there. Alright, so just a quick update. We did disconnect the cooler lines and let them drain. So now I'm trying to get the drive shaft disconnected from the engine. We did loosen the clamp so it's, you know, can slide back and forth. But I'm not having luck getting the clamps unbolted from the flex plate. I think they're a bit crusted on. So instead of fighting with them, I'm going to see if I can just disconnect the flex plate from the flywheel. Alright, something else we did up here is we got the two upper Bellhousing bolts out. I'll tell you, the one on the driver's side, you know, it was on there pretty good, but with two box wrenches together, got it off. Passenger side, on the other hand, was a complete pain. I spent 2 hours trying to get it off last night, another 2 hours this morning, and finally what ended up working was a big breaker bar I had that swivels a lot, and it cracked it right loose. So kind of annoying, because I wish I would have used that to begin with and saved a lot of time, but it's done now. Anyway, we'll start working on the back end again, get the wheels off and the calipers tied up, and then can, I guess, start thinking about getting ready to put the trans jack under there and hopefully start getting things lowered. Alright, so we got the calipers hung up on both sides. Got all the wiring for the ABS sensors and the pad wear sensors disconnected from the crossmember. So now we gotta get the parking brake cable out. Alright, well that's all taken apart. Mark won't be perfect, but that'll at least get us the lock nut and everything adjusted close to where it goes when we put it back together. So now I gotta get underneath and pull it out. Yeah, that looks like we won't even have a fight getting it out. It already came out. Have to go up and disconnect the shocks inside the car. But I think we can start removing suspension now. Well, at least in the cradle and everything. So I'm gonna try and do it with the transmission in the cradle still, to make it a little easier to drop. So there's 2 bolts on the crossmember on each side, and then I think there might be. I don't think there's a third one. Maybe there's a third one up here. I don't know, we'll check. But then the 3 bolts on the 3 or so on the bracket up there, or the front of the control arm bolts in, but I think that'll be about it. Nope, yeah, there is 3 on each side. 3. Alright, well, shocks are unbolted. So I guess can unbolt the front part of the lower control arms. Then can get the jack under there. Alright, well, time to start unbolting the crossmember. Well, unless something horrible's going on, we should be good to load this things now. We just gotta keep an eye out for anything getting caught. There we go. Wires out. Flashlight. Alright, so the transmission is technically no longer attached to the car. Everything's free here. So far there don't appear to have been any calamities on top of the torque tube. Everything here is lowered. The only thing that is a slight problem at this point is that transmission jack is fully lowered. And if we come over here, that transmission is not clear of the bottom of the car to slide out. So we're going to have to come up with some way to get the transmission off of that jack. Alright, so thought of a solution here. What we're going to do, and what we've already done, is lift the transmission back up a bit. What we're going to do is strap it up to the sway bar up there. Over here, visible. And then we'll swap the jacks out from under it. We'll swap this one for a floor jack that'll go lower. And strapping the transmission to the sway bar is actually the factory procedure for removing the crossmember if you want to leave the transmission in place. So I think we'll be fine doing that. Room for activities under here with no transmission. Anyway, time to go interfere with the flywheel. Alright, let's give these triple square things a shot. Should be in there good. Yep, hopefully they all come out that easy. Just dead blow hammer is another one of my favorite tools. But before we go whacking anything with this, let's be a little bit smart. There's bolts in there with a couple threads. So if this comes loose, it doesn't come crashing down. There. Oh god, that's heavy. That's all good. Nothing now, which doesn't look like it's really leaking, but I did buy a new rear main seal because I figured while we're in here, we may as well change it. The other thing I screwed up, actually you can see it down here. So that is the crank position sensor that the engine needs to run. The one that came off from the Bellhousing is just a diagnostic one that's pretty useless about some 80s Porsche factory tool. That's what happened when I tried to disconnect the wire for that one, is it disintegrated. So the good thing is I bought a new one of those sensors a while ago, so I have a new sensor to put on, but probably didn't really need to. Nonetheless though, we'll get that off and put a new one in there, but it'll be easier with the flywheel off because apparently they like to get stuck. But well, I don't know, there's a little bit of stuff there. Maybe the rear main seal is seeping a bit. We'll take care of that though.